Hi, Wolfpack Podcast Episode 10, Architect Club. Hi, my name is Alex Maker. I am the president of Wolfpack Productions, and today I have 3 Architect Club members joining me. Who are you guys? Say your names, in order.
I'm Katie Peterson. I'm a student leader in the AIAS, or the American Institute of Architecture Students.
And my name is Kimberly Martinez. In the second year, I'm also a student leader for the American Institute of Architecture Students.
Coincidentally, I'm also a leader of the AIAS. Anything though, I'm majoring in CAT with a minor in architecture at the moment. So
That's shocking. I didn't. No, fair enough. But yeah, I think this will be a pretty cool episode. How about you guys start by introducing yourself more and then telling us a little bit about what you do at JGC besides your club stuff, like your majors and etc.
I already got a head start on that.
You did.
So I'm majoring in architecture.
Whoa.
Well, crazy, right?
That's shocking.
Insane that a student leader of the architecture club is majoring in architecture.
I mean, to be fair.
Yeah. To be fair, right. I basically live here. I'm a full-time student. I work full-time outside of school, so any free time that I have is spent here. So that's what I do. School and club.
Fair,
and
yeah.
work.
The trifecta.
Yeah, right.
And I also major in architecture. I do the architectural studies degree here at GJC. I'm also a student worker with the AEC department, which is the Architecture, Engineering, and Construction Management department. So I'm also here 24/7, working, school, club. I also do a few other student leadership positions at the school. I do the CCCE board, also part of Latinos Unidos, and I help out with like ISC, which is the International Student Club, and also the Young Democrats. So I'm here 24/7.
Let's see. So typically I'm doing either school or club. So you'll see me here even on Saturdays.
Oh,
so that's kind of fun. A lot of work going on. I'm close to getting my CAD degree, and that's when I found out that I need to get I need to major in something else because CAD is a program.
Okay.
And to apply that in a job standard, you need just more than that. So that's why I was doing architecture. And you can see me in a bunch of other clubs and just around campus because once again, always here.
Name one other club.
How about 2? Business and Active Minds.
Ones I don't go to.
What
Okay.
about chess club?
I know. Well, yeah, chess club as well.
Again,
that's on the bridge. Everyone knows them. I'm trying to be I want to say hidden, but
You're in the you're just in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
You're the Easter egg
everywhere.
and everything.
Yeah, I tried to get to a lot more clubs this semester, and I'm looking to be at other ones next semester as well.
Pretty cool.
It's just unfortunate because some of them they're like straight through my classes.
Oh, fair, yeah.
It happens.
I'm really not involved in any other clubs, and I give you guys kudos for doing as much as you do because it's impressive. Not gonna lie.
Thank you.
Nice. So you're on Latinos Unidos?
Yeah.
You're at our e-board?
Uh-huh.
Or aren't you at that podcast episode?
When was that?
I don't know, 3 weeks ago or something? A while ago.
Because they have a big e-board. It's
It
like
was
10
the-
plus
it was
people.
like their president and 2 other people. Their like PR person and then their historian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they had enough representation
They really did.
there. Yeah.
No, but that's pretty cool. Nice. So, how did you guys find/join your club?
I'll start because I'm the newest member. So last semester I took a class that was a late start. It was only a 14-week class. So classes had begun for 2 weeks, and then I got an email because I was in that late start class saying that they were having a meeting with pizza, and that's originally why I came. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I came like in a suit jacket the first day. I had a blazer on. I was thought I was so official because I was going to a club meeting, and that's how I started. I think that's
Wow.
great. Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
It
That's
is
very
pretty
funny.
cool. Like I came like ready to.
You were so ready to
I-
become a student leader.
I was, yeah.
Yeah.
I showed up the first day for sure.
She showed up and showed out. When
Yeah.
she first started coming, she was like consistent throughout, and you just
Yeah.
knew that she was. We need to get her.
Yeah, I just I really just thought that like it would like look good on a resume. Like I've said that a million times. Like that's why I started originally. But I've gotten like so much more out of it that, you know, I think it's cool now. Like it's not just like, oh, it looks good on a resume. It's like, oh, like I found like really cool friends. I love you guys, and just like being around like-minded individuals
That was
has
so
been
cool.
like really cool. What'd you do?
No, yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I would say I started when I first started coming to school. It was like my first semester. It was last year, and they sent out the same email like, "Hey, join us for a club meeting." And I really wanted to get involved a lot more because I wasn't involved at all in high school. Like I would go to class and go home.
Mhm.
So I kind of wanted to change it up when I got to college. So went to the meeting, and like it was just a regular meeting, like not really much happening. But then the next meeting that was supposed to happen, which was 2 weeks later, there was no meeting.
Oh.
We kind of just showed up and there was no one there. It was
Fair,
me
fair.
and Jamaria. We both showed up and no one was there. And we went to Maria's office, which is our advisor, and she was like, "Oh, I totally forgot. Do you guys want to be leaders, by the way?" It was like the second meeting, because apparently the club was dying a little bit, but Alton could tell you a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so
Inside lore.
how did I
Yeah.
join the club? I was in a drafting class for architecture, and someone in there kind of like gave a little speech. They're like, "Hey, we're having a meeting after this. If anyone wants to join," and then he just sat down. That was literally it. That was the whole big speech. And afterward, me and him and one other person from that class walked into the other room, and it was a small group, you know. And we were like, "Oh, well, this is kind of interesting. What do we do?" And it was right after class too, which was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "Oh, well, we have some time. We get to meet new people. Why not?" And that's originally how I joined. But the story for how I became a leader was actually that same person who announced was no longer able to keep up with the club after everyone else left or transferred. And so then I had to revise the club. Go to the CCC meetings first, then we could be chartered as a club officially again. We had 1 week where we were technically not a club. And then from there, Kim and Jamara came, and then they became leaders, and we slowly grew. So,
It's really cool. Yeah.
You gave the club CPR in its time of need.
does that mean I can be like partially a healthcare department? You being
I
major?
mean, it was kind of like figuratively, but yeah. Sure.
Man, you went to that, man. You had to go to a CCC meeting. I'm so sorry.
I've been saying all semester that I would go to one, and I haven't been to a single
I don't
one
blame
yet.
you.
But I am going to this next one.
That's not fair. You're going to the holiday party one. What? You chose the last one to. I literally read the email.
Listen.
There's balloons there or something. Yeah.
I had something come up every single day, every single time. I don't know.
Busy.
Fair.
You're very busy.
That's
So,
fair. Yeah.
Yeah, but this one I'm for sure coming to because we're asking for money. So.
Little insight.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Well. You're just saying you don't like the meetings. Is that what you're saying to me?
No, I was saying I like the meetings. As a part of the e-board, I have to say
I do too.
Can't believe
As a person who goes every month, who if I don't wake up, then my club dies on me. So yay. Yeah.
No pressure.
You guys have a lot of people in your club though.
Yeah. None
Yeah.
that go.
None that go to the meetings.
No.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who shows up, and then my advisor.
Mm.
We
Wait.
have
Yeah.
class running through.
No.
Like just
No.
like that.
No. They one, they don't know what it is. Two they don't go. So also I'd have to like give them a script to read from like what I want to say. At that point, I just probably just go.
Yeah.
So fair enough.
If you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself, kind of deal.
In terms of like when they're saying like, what are your future plans? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like asking for money. It's more of like a me thing.
Yeah.
But do you remember the last CCC meeting, Kim? And everyone just talked about me.
One person accused Alex
Just
of not paying
Josh.
attention, and now everyone had to mention it.
Yeah.
Like, did you get that, Alex? Like,
I could, dude. Unironically, I heard Joshua Stamborski start speaking. I opened my phone once. Are you paying attention? You couldn't even see my phone. He just said that randomly. And then I watched Chris from OSA lock eyes with me and chuckle and laugh. And I was like, man, okay, fair enough. Guess I can't go on my phone anymore.
Yeah.
But I do like them. They're pretty fun. But I guess this kind of stems, you kind of talked about this in your first question, but how and why did you want to be the leaders of your club?
I'm the newest leader, so I guess I'll take it away, guys.
Gonna be first.
So honestly, I didn't really want to be a leader. Maria asked me, I came in over the summer just to make sure that I had all my ducks in a row with my financial aid situation. So I was here in the middle of the summer semester, and I stopped by Maria's office just to say hi, and she was like, oh, by the way, do you want to be a leader? And my initial reaction was like, no, I don't. Just because like I do have a lot on my plate, you know, like I just have a lot, you know, I'm a full-time student, I'm a full-time employee, you know, I'm still trying to manage like all of my other responsibilities. I have a house, 2 dogs, you know, like I have a life, you know, outside of here. So I was like, I don't know how on God's green earth I'm gonna squeeze this in, but you make time, you know. And like I said, I didn't really want to at first. I was like, okay, well, it'll look really good on a resume, so like that's my like reasoning behind like wanting to do it. But now that I'm doing it, I'm like happy that I'm doing it, and I'm glad that I found the time to do it. So
mine happened kind of pretty similar. It was like always Maria just asking, hey, you guys want to be a leader? It was me and Jamaria, and we're like, yeah, sure. Like, I had some previous leadership experience outside in the community, like when I was younger. So, like, I reached the limit there. It was like you have to stop after you're like 18. So I'm like, oh, I have like a bunch of free time that just opened up. Like, that I wasn't doing that, so now I can. So I decided to be a leader, and it was definitely a lot more work.
yeah, it's definitely a lot more work than I
thought
anticipated.
But I enjoy it, and I enjoy like just being part of the club community here at the school. Like, I've found so many friends, like even within my club and like outside of my club too. Yeah. So I really enjoyed it up to now, and I guess I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. It's a lot of work. It is a lot of work.
It is a lot of
Especially because we're such a small club, so like we don't really get to delegate too much to other people. So like anything that we're doing, it's usually us 3 doing it. You know?
that, yeah.
So it's a lot of work, but it's worth it.
It's also with our unique leadership structure.
Yeah.
It's like we don't assign one particular task to each one. It's like, because
we don't have like a
so
president or you know, a vice president or whatever. Like, we kind of just take all of those roles and just delegate it between the 3 of us, and it works for us. Like, I'm not saying that it works for everybody, but I think that the 3 of us have like a pretty good have established a pretty good amount of trust that when we say we're going to do something, like, we pretty much follow through with it, and that's how things get done, you know?
Trust is important. I would say how I became a leader, once again, was originally I was just a member, and I kind of like just doing my thing in the back, and then when we needed to go to the CCC meetings, that's when I became a leader. Because I had to be the one going, and then there was no one but me, so I can't really be a member. I was automatically made a leader, and then from there I was just like, well, I'm a leader now.
Well, I guess this is what we're doing.
Yeah. And now I kind of have, I like to think I'm part of like the communications and public relationship part of what a leader role would be, because once again, I'm always here. You'll see me, I'm at other clubs. So that's probably like the most I end up doing, in addition to like some filling out forms, and as we said, we all delegate. So it's like, oh, this time we're gonna do that, someone else do that, and then it's better on a resume when we move forward, because some of the people here will be here for a year, they're in the club for that year, then they're gone. They're never here again. So leadership roles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. So none of you guys are like quote unquote like leader then? It's all just like a kind of like a collective group effort?
Yeah, I mean, we're all
Collective leaders.
leaders, but we're not,
There's not one above per se.
right.
Like, yeah.
It's just the three of us, the three amigos. And, well, Jamaria too, but she's,
Sick, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. No, yeah, that works pretty well then. You're like the only people who do that, so
Yeah.
it's pretty unique. Yeah.
I mean, it
Yeah.
works for us. So.
It does work
Yeah.
for us. But again, you have to have that sort of trust that, your co-leaders are going to
Mhm.
do what they say they're going to do, you
Yeah.
know? So it's not just like, oh, well, I did my duties as president, it's not like
Mhm.
that,
I like the fact that none of you like wanted to do it in the first place. You were all like asked and then like, well, I guess I'm here now.
Yeah.
Like,
Rolling with the punches.
fair enough. I feel like that works.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the purpose of your club / like what does your club do?
Well, what we do and our purpose are kind of dependent on let me start with our purpose. What we do is we want to help architects or aspiring architects to gain that extra level of knowledge outside of the classroom. So when you're taking a class, you're like, oh, it's for the class, right? You don't think that it's for this profession necessarily or what you're going to do in the field. And sometimes relating that can be difficult, or finding that extra time to go to a panel or the money to do that can be difficult. So we try to do those. But as for what we do, depends on our members. So if our members are more into transferring at the moment rather than professional activity, then we'll try to get some transfer panels up, some previous people who are in the club or that we know who can help us with that advice. If we're just interested in, expanding our knowledge and being one with the community, like that's what we've been doing a lot this year. We've been just running community events, collabs, going to meetings, seeing people, So
We've been networking. a
yeah,
lot this
networking,
year.
that's the key word.
Yeah, we have been.
So it just depends on what our members want. That's what we do, and then we default to our mission when our members don't want anything, if that makes sense. What would you guys say?
Can you ask the question again?
Yeah, what is the purpose of your club / what does your club do?
I would say the purpose of our club is to have a space of like-minded individuals that are on the same path and have want the same things. It's just a space for us to express, our anything, how we feel, and advice and professional, I don't know what the word I'm trying to say is.
People with that drive.
Yeah, just to be in a club or be in a group of people that want the same things as you, That's what I would say.
Yeah, I think they summed it up pretty nicely. Just having a space where we can all go, we're all taking the same classes. We're all struggling kind of at the same time.
Yeah.
Struggling with the balance of school and work and life, and also just networking between the program. First years and second years, they don't get as much interaction between the two of them unless it's through the club. And I feel as a first year architecture student, having a connection in the second year is so important.
It is so important because now technically I'm a first year in the program, but they've already taken all the classes that I've taken. So anything that I'm struggling with, I'm like, guys, what am I doing? What is happening here? And then it's just nice to have a place where you have people that have gone through the same thing that you're going through and understand what it is that you're going through,
Yeah.
I feel we've worked a lot more on the emotional social support type this year, which
Yeah.
is needed, with creating a group that works together. And I'm really excited for next semester work more into the professional and the transfer, get some transfer panels up and talk to architects who are already architects and
young architects. people that are very recently out of the path that we'll be walking soon, you know. Architecture's a long degree. It's a long thing. You go to school for just as long to be an architect as you do to be a doctor. So it's a long process.
Yeah, I think it's like somewhere between 5 to 8 years.
Yeah.
It's long.
Yeah, that is
It's
long.
long.
It's long.
So,
It's overwhelming if you think about it as a whole. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta take it year by year.
That's what I like to think. Year by year.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing, it's like,
It's like, oh God, I don't really want to do that.
Yeah, that's a very long degree, and I
Yeah.
feel like people probably don't know that.
You learn it. If you start taking architecture classes, that's the first thing they tell you is like, it's a long degree.
What are your classes now? What classes do you take?
This semester, I'm in architectural drafting. I'm in CAD. Nope, not CAD. I'm in math, trig. What other class? Oh, AEC 104. It's building methods and materials. And then I took the OSHA safety class, so now I'm OSHA certified. I have my OSHA 10 card.
Interesting. Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It's really cool.
She
If you
showed
wanna
us it
Yeah,
yesterday.
it's so
It's so cool.
I'll show you. I got it on me.
You just start breathing heavily. Oh my god, it's laminated.
It is
Oh my God.
laminated.
it's an official card. You get 10 hours of safety. You can be on a construction site.
Yeah, I can go on like
And-
sites and stuff.
It was pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
You've heard of OSHA before?
Fucking.
Yeah.
Well, no.
No,
it's
I haven't
true.
heard of it either until I got the card. But apparently they're the safety and
Yeah,
health
pretty cool.
for
Yeah.
everything.
I can go anywhere in the country and get on a job site.
Do you guys all have to do that, or not really?
No, you don't have to.
Oh.
You don't have to. But I wanted to be full-time enrolled this semester,
Mhm.
and this is only a 1 credit hour class, so I was at 11.
Yeah, no, sure.
So I took the one. So, but I mean, it does help me in the long run, like, cause now if I, want to volunteer,
Yeah, you can actually like go there and like.
I
do
could,
it,
yeah. So I actually met with through work. I bartend and I serve. But I met the guy that runs the Habitat for Humanity for the whole state of Illinois, and like now I can legally get on the job site and like do work, and I'm like certified to do that. So it's kind of cool.
That is cool. Yeah.
It's cool.
That's
yeah.
cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
You were asking about classes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What architect classes do you guys take? What's like that process like, or like what does it look like?
In the second year, you take studio, which is like a design studio. You work on like design communication and graphics in the second semester, which is like Revit and InDesign, right?
I don't know if we use InDesign.
InDesign.
I know we use
For
Enscape occasionally.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's the next class.
I haven't taken it yet.
Yeah. With architecture, what else? Oh, and we're also working on Revit. So that's like the software that is most commonly used in the industry for like BIM, which is
Building information.
building
Yeah.
informational modeling, which is like 3D modeling for houses.
I haven't done any Revit stuff yet. I've done AutoCAD, but I haven't done any Revit classes yet. So
I've never done that. So.
I'm interested in getting into it.
Mm.
It's like more, I think Revit seems more like artistic than CAD. Like it just seems like you can make it prettier in
It can
Revit.
You can, especially if you have the Enscape extension.
Yeah, but that's what I'm like. Like, like you ever seen like HGTV and like you see like the 3D model of like a house or whatever, like we are learning how to do that. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand that. I'll put an image on the screen of that probably.
Yeah.
But I use InDesign, so I understand that part at least.
And then my classes, I would say, I'm taking a physics class. It's part of the requirements.
Sure.
I had an 8-week that's over. It was just music theory. I needed some general ed, so I'm taking the studio class, all hand-drawn assignments. So
I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah.
yeah, not the best.
Much better at drawing on a computer than I am drawing on paper.
I feel that.
And then just rhetoric, so English 102.
Mm.
Not too bad. It's English.
Yeah.
We all speak it.
Yeah. But so true. Oh my god. I had such a good follow-up question and I don't remember. So. Oh yeah. I asked Interior Design Club this. How like accurate would you say are the HGTV programs to what you kind of do? Like, do you look at that and go, are you like disappointed? Are you like, oh yeah, this is like cool?
What do you mean exactly by that? Like,
how much of the process, like in terms of like the planning that the show, would you actually be doing?
Well, in an HGTV show, I mean, I feel like they're taking sometimes 6 months worth of work and putting it into a half-hour episode. So you don't really get to see, like, from like our standpoint, you don't really get to see a whole lot of that, you know? So, I mean, I would say that it's still cool to see, I think. I watched HGTV my whole life since I was a kid, so I mean...
There's gonna be some correlation here.
Yeah, like, it's still cool to see. It's just like I said, they're taking a huge amount of time and condensing it into a half-hour episode. So, I mean, they're not gonna show you the ins and outs of, like, everything that they're doing behind the scenes, you know? We as architecture students would probably love to see that. Like, there's gotta be, like, a niche for that or something. Like, I would love to see that, but you know, I don't know. It's still cool to see, even though you don't get to see the whole thing, I think.
Yeah, definitely the timeline changes so much. Like, again, these projects can go on. If you have a big commercial project, that thing can go on like 4 years, 5 years. Mm-hmm. So condensing it into like a 30-minute episode is crazy, because even just the design like process is like, you'll go around and you'll make up a plan, and then you'll bring it to the customer and
and I don't think that the design process ever really stops, you know, like, because you sometimes, like, on a building, like, you start building before the design is even 100% finalized, you know, so you're still designing and you're still working things out as the building is being built. So
it's like, you can change that design. The first one that you make is going to change completely. You bring it to the client and then you change it, and then you bring it to the engineer and you change it, and you bring it to... It's a constant struggle. Like, the design process is so long, but I think the HGTV shows are more like interior design based more than like structural, like starting from nothing and adding.
Yeah, and you don't really see that. Nobody thinks structure is cool besides us. Nobody's thinking about that, going, "Oh my God, this is awesome! This is worth a half-hour show."
Crazy beam, right?
Yeah.
That would. Wow.
Yeah. I don't think they're focusing much on the foundation plan, you know?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. No, yeah, I can see that. I mean, yeah. So, Interior Design Club.
Oh no.
What did they say?
What'd you do?
No, it's gonna be funny. You call them out. The one closest to them, your club, I guess.
Yeah, we're pretty
anyone in the Interior Design Club is welcome here at the AIAS.
I feel like I should host a podcast debate between you two clubs.
Why? Why are you trying to pit us against each other?
That'd be really funny.
Well, he just wants more views on his podcast.
I know. I have to watch it 5 times myself, so then get 5 views.
You need some entertainment,
No.
That's
right?
sad.
I'm just kind of.
That makes me want to go watch all your podcasts now.
They're not up yet. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
None of
them? No.
There was a whole thing with OSA on how we can get them up. And so,
I'm the first club to get a YouTube channel ever in the history of JJC.
Really?
I'm so cool.
That is actually really awesome.
Yeah.
He was the first legally able to.
Exactly. And that means it's the first official one.
Yeah.
Even though there are multiple old
There are
Wolfpack
some
YouTube
out
channels.
there.
I have seen them.
Go down
I
in
feel like I've
history.
seen every.
So are you going to post then? Are you going to post your podcast?
Yeah,
so I
I'm
can
planning
watch
over
them?
Christmas break to post them weekly because I can then start finishing them more.
Yeah, cool.
But I think it'll be cool.
I definitely want to watch this one.
So we can see. We gotta see them.
You got
All of them.
You're gonna watch your own podcast, and the critiques you're gonna give yourself internally are gonna be crazy.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing that welcome video that we did.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, God, it's gonna be rough.
I think it turned out pretty well.
It's like
I
listening
liked
to
it.
your own voice, you
Oh,
know?
yeah.
You know how you're like, what is it
I
screeching?
had to get used to it.
Yeah.
It's very weird to listen to
It's
yourself
gotta
speak.
be so weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's pretty cool. Yeah, HGTV, it's that's a thing. The one semi-pop culture phenomenon that can semi-relate to your stuff.
Yeah. And I've been watching it since I was like 3 years old, so.
And I haven't been, so. That's so real. Oh my God. So, Do you guys have any personal goals for your club?
I would like for maybe one day there to be more than 6 members.
So is there officially 6 members?
We have about 8.
Are you sure?
6 consistent. We got 8.
Okay. So like 6, yeah. We'll say that, I guess.
Yeah. It would be cool if like.
Is that including us?
Yeah.
That's including us. So.
Yeah.
Kim just realized for the first time.
Small club, you know.
Yeah, we're not really huge. I think that would be cool just to like be. I mean, how many do we have to have in order to like have our own chapter of the AIAS? So like we're like
What does
grouped
that mean?
in. Okay, so the AIAS is the American Institute of Architecture Students.
Oh,
and
you're like
there's
the idea of a student government. You have to have one kind of thing.
Well,
like
there's
a
different
organization.
chapters of that, and we aren't big enough to have our own chapter.
Oh.
So we're grouped in with the Eastern Illinois chapter, EIC, yeah. So I mean I think that would be really cool if like we grew to be big enough to like have our own chapter.
I think it's 12.
12?
Oh.
Yeah. So we're halfway there. 50% of the way.
50%.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it would be cool for us to like fly too. We talked about this at the beginning of the semester, but my goal before I leave JJC is to like for us to like fly as a club to like a conference or something and like be on an airplane and just feel super important.
It would be cool, right? We all wear blazers walking in.
Yeah, like me on my first day. You know? Yeah.
The Blazers
Comeback.
make a comeback.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Listen, a good blazer is never gone out of style. Okay, just so you're aware.
I would say my personal goal is to, of course, grow the club, but also grow the program at JJC, like the architecture program. The more students we get, the more attention we get from the school, and we're able to get more professors, better professors. We're able to get a lot more money from our department and just kind of grow overall and improve the program.
Mm-hmm.
Improve the rate at which we transfer.
I just want to say that the program right now, as is not bad. Like, I think that our JJC does a really great job at.
You have good professors.
We do, yeah, we do.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, didn't mean to interject. But
No, you're good.
I think that the program here is really it's very beneficial for someone in
You
our
heard
shoes.
Kim go, better professor. Wait, whoa, what?
I'm like,
And you have
not doing that today.
But yeah, I think our advisor for our program is great. Like also for our club, she's the same advisor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
for
our
the
advisor.
program and also the club, and so very, how do I say, very committed to what she does, and very.
She loves it. You can just tell how much she cares about architecture and just like students of architecture, and she just like is completely engulfed in it. And I think that's really awesome. You know.
Sorry, I'm saying about my goals.
No, yeah.
I think also to do a lot more networking, because networking is so powerful in
real life.
In real life.
Yeah, like in the professional world, like networking is how you get jobs. It's how you know. I mean, I think that goes to say for pretty much any profession, not just architecture. Like networking is huge, you know. So if you know a guy, you never not work, you know.
I think, yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't know how to end.
She's like,
You're fine.
okay, that's enough.
Well, so I've actually hit a handful of my goals for the club.
It's a good job.
Yeah, I was like, I'm basking in it this semester.
That's good, yeah.
My first one was just growing the club when it was just me. And then Kim and Jamar over there, and it was like, yay! We need more. This semester, or is it this semester? I believe it's this semester we had a handful of the 100s who were in here, which was really nice. And then we also just, coming out of COVID and being in COVID, it was like, you heard clubs existed, never saw them. Now we were able to be more active, and I mean, people see us. They know us. They don't know what we do. They just heard it, and they're like, oh, that's interesting. Can I have the popcorn now? Like, I just wanted to talk about it. So, you know, like going into next semester, I think a little more professional connections, because as we've mentioned, networking is huge, biggest thing in any business, and you need to have those connections so then you can sell yourself and say, this is what I can do, this is what I offer, and then that'll also help you know what your worth is as you go into the field, which I think is very important for everyone to know.
Yeah, definitely. Those are all pretty good personal goals for your club. It's nice that you hit them.
I know, I was like, woo!
Yeah.
But I've been here the longest, so.
Fair enough. That makes sense.
I'm technically the first year, so there's still time for me.
It's good.
True. And Kim, you'll get there.
Keep on keeping on, Kimberly.
Almost there.
So, do you guys have any upcoming events or plans that your club is excited about?
Ooh, I'm really excited. We're trying to work on, we're in the works with a collab with Active Minds, which is like a mental health awareness club at JJC. So we're really focusing on the mental health effects that a building or architecture can have on like anyone, but mostly students, especially here at JJC. Like there are definitely some places that can use improvement, so we kind of want to get like students' input on that and also like work on changing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited about that too. It should be cool. We've been in the works on that for a long time. I'm really excited about the little Christmas Foster Palooza thing that we're doing. I still don't know if I can get off work, but I'm praying, fingers crossed, that I find out today whether or not I can be off for that. But I just think that's so cool. That's like one thing that we've done in the club this semester. Like we've done a lot of like community outreach and like done like good things for the community, and it just like warms my heart, makes me feel so good when we do good things, you know?
Yeah. I saw your name on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're leading it, right? Or whatever. You're like,
We're hoping to get our whole club to go
To Foster Palooza?
to Foster Palooza,
Yeah.
because they're all really excited about it.
I think it's so cool to like get young people like interested in architecture, and I don't know, like I've always been interested in architecture, but I never thought about it as a career. Like I'm 29.
a 7-year-old's gonna definitely know what they want to do with that.
I mean, well, I just never thought of it like growing up. It's not like I grew up like was a kid and I was like, oh, I want to be an
Sure,
architect when I grow up, you know? So like I just didn't even really know that it was like an option, you know? And so I just like the thought of like maybe helping someone, like a young person, like find their passion for like what they want to do. Like it's cool. I just
building's
like
fun.
it. I just love the idea of like helping other people, you know?
Yeah.
I would say for me, it would have to be the fundraiser that we're planning for the spring semester. Although it's gonna kind of be tedious.
What's
Put
the
a damper on your
We're
winter
gonna
break.
be 3D printing a handful of items to sell.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So cool.
Very cool.
But designing them is the long
Hard
process.
part,
Then
yeah.
you print it and it's like, oh wow, it didn't work at all.
It's our prized possession, but also our biggest headache.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited, but also, dreading it.
Yeah, but 3D printing, who can say they did that? That's pretty cool.
I know, it's
You know?
pretty cool.
Have you ever 3D printed anything?
At the Maker Lab.
Oh, well. You
Which is
don't-
where you
That's how I met Alex.
Really?
Yeah, the first time I met you, it was in
Was
the
it
Maker
actually?
Lab. Yeah.
What was he printing?
How do
I
you not
don't-
remember?
That was a year ago. In the fall, I stopped going. I got busy.
Yeah.
I had Wolfpack. My time was now taken up, and I've never gone back since.
Oh.
We actually met there?
Yeah, because I remember we met
Oh.
there, and then every single time I would pass you in the hallway, you'd be like,
Yeah, 'cause I'm an awesome person who's trying to make fun connections because I network easily. I don't remember that at all. I thought we met at a CCC. I'm gonna be
I don't
real.
remember
I thought we
that
met
at
at a CCC meeting. Because I only remember talking to you in the spring.
yeah. Because we would wave hi.
Don't remember that shit at all. That's funny.
But I wonder were you just waving because you were like, I think
Dude,
I know her.
I probably. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I recognize her. I don't remember her name at all.
To be fair, I would not
I
have.
know.
That's actually so funny. I don't remember that at all. Oh, okay. Pretty cool though. What are you gonna be making? What fun things?
It's for Valentine's Day, so we're doing a lot of like heart-shaped things. Like we're gonna do pins, I think, and earrings and bracelets.
Oh, but that is gonna be hard to print that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But for the real designs, you'll have to find out.
Yeah. A couple teasers, a couple things,
Whoa.
but
A couple things you'd be interested in.
yeah, but there's other stuff. But it's like a
I'm so
Valentine's
interested
Day
in
kind of deal.
I'll walk by your table exactly once, and I'll go.
And you're gonna buy something. You're gonna be like, yeah, we want to support the AIAS, and we're gonna buy this heart-shaped thing for the
Why?
love interest of your life.
Infinity.
I don't know. Because you want to? Because you like supporting other
you can
clubs
say
at
you made it.
JJC?
I'm gonna be real. I don't support any club financially at JJC. I actively have seen business club. I walk away faster.
Oh my goodness.
I don't want to get trapped in
Gonna
there.
get cut out.
It won't get cut out. I will save that in there.
Oh,
Unless it's like really cool.
Yeah. I mean, it also makes sense though because like college students, you're walking by and you're like, well, I would, but I'm broke.
No, I have
I mean,
the
I'm
money in my
broke.
pocket.
I'm
I just
broke.
I
You
still,
were
I
supposed to
still
say that. I
walk.
was trying to make
I
it
still
easier.
walk. Like no.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I support clubs, other clubs, because I want other clubs to support us. So I feel like if I, what's $5? It's getting somebody else's club ahead.
If it makes, I can't say that on the podcast. Never mind. It was, one teacher advisor office worker once was like, "Do you want these?" But I felt bad and bought it from some fundraiser once and gave it to me, and it was just so average. I was like, I don't like this at all.
Oh, that's
Well,
unfortunate.
Ours are gonna be great though.
Yeah.
Probably.
And you can even say you made it.
I didn't though.
You can give it to the special someone and say, yeah.
I made this in the maker lab.
Homemade.
I found
Oh,
some
true.
time. I found some time in my busy
I can
schedule.
go.
to
I
make
stopped
this for you.
podcasting.
Or you just say, it's homemade. Right? You're not lying.
True. I what if I had a 3D printer at my house?
Well, I guess it's school made, not homemade, but.
Well, then,
Wow.
yeah, so you can say school made.
but
Pretty
But homemade sounds nicer.
Pretty cool. Pretty
I
cool.
got this off Etsy.
Definitely, yeah. And it's, yeah. So, but those are all pretty cool projects. I look forward to seeing that. Your fundraiser thing seems cool.
Thank you.
But how do you guys see your club evolving in the future? A harder question. The harder questions are now happening.
This is a different.
How do I see our club evolving? Okay, well, to be perfectly honest, I try not to think too far in the future because then I just get overwhelmed because again, 5 to 8 year degree here. So, I haven't really thought about that all too much. Like I said earlier, I hope it grows. I hope that we do more traveling because it's something I love, but for professional development, and that's how I hope we evolve. I don't know about you guys.
Maybe officially becoming a new like a chapter.
Yeah.
As a long-term thing.
Yeah, that's the goal,
I mean, sometimes I get sad that I get so connected to a club at a community college.
Yeah, and then you're
'Cause-
one more semester.
Because it seems like this might be like my last year here. So I don't really know how, but I know Katie's gonna be for a little bit longer.
Yes.
And I really see the
Yes.
first years getting very involved with the club now. So I'm very excited to see how it goes.
I'm a little nervous because if they leave, then as the newer student leader, I hadn't really filled out paperwork ever. I mean, I've done it a couple, once or twice, but that's the part that I'm like, oh God, that's all gonna be on me. And I don't know how you do it, how you just do it all. And I'm proud of you.
Kudos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to backtrack quickly because I forgot to say this in one of the goals.
Mm-hmm.
And it leads into this one as well. So one of the things I want to do, because we're a 1 year, some people just come in and leave, there's not enough time to learn everything. I wanted to kind of create that how to do everything and then provide examples for the next person. I haven't done that in its entirety yet. You know how it gets. But when you said, how do you see the club moving and evolving in the future? And the first image was an apocalypse.
Oh my God.
Fair,
I was like, uh-oh. But we do have some pretty good first years and intros. People who are just taking the intro classes who are pretty into it. My only question is just, is this a phenomenon or is it a trend? Because
Oh, sure, yeah.
our program is small already, and then some of the people who are in there either don't have time or are just like, well, it's not going to benefit me in any way. And so it's kind of difficult with those two like really low percentages for someone to join. Like, who knows? But this year we've gotten a handful. So
yeah, and you never know. So maybe somebody's gonna start. Some new people are gonna start next semester.
I'm hoping we have a really
fingers crossed.
unique, like perfect situation where we end up outclassing. Like we have more people than either business club,
Is
game,
it business
anime
club
and manga,
huge?
Wolfpack, and there are Los Dinos Aminos. Those are like the 5 with the most people
Yeah.
that I've seen.
That's fair.
So I just want to try a classing 1. Just be like, we have more.
How many does business club have? They got more.
Yeah, last time they had like 10, 12.
Oh wow, that's
I know.
really good. Yeah.
But you heard about them, but you don't see.
I knew them
so-
last year,
Yeah. Who knows?
so I want to make a small side comment. Steven's come back from paternity leave now. I just heard him laughing loudly outside the room with another person.
I've never really met him. Just that.
He doesn't know my podcast schedule yet, and to be generally quiet.
Mm.
Steven, if you watch this, which you might, please don't look at me weird in the hallway after this episode comes out. But you were being pretty loud. I'm just saying, like the mic heard that, Steven. Like I heard that too. So
And the beef starts.
no, I can't beef with him. That'd be the worst one. I walk to my advisor's office, which is in this room. Hello, Steven. Oh, hey, Mike. God. But one of our last questions: how can students get involved in your club, and what are the benefits of joining?
How to get involved?
Start coming to our meetings.
Good follow-up question: where are your meetings? What time are your meetings? Do you have social media?
We don't have social media as of yet. That's kind of something that's been on my own personal checklist to maybe get done for next
Personal
semester.
goal for the future.
Yeah, to get us more active on social media. But our meetings are every other Tuesday, so I need a calendar.
Every
What room?
other Tuesday.
10:30.
10:30.
Yeah, at 1:00. That's
But in the spring
currently.
semester, because we only have one more meeting after this year, but in the spring semester it's going to be later. So-
T10:30.
Yeah, we're all going to be in calculus together, so.
About like
Two?
2:30 until 4 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
T10:30 every other Tuesday. Our social media is JJC AIAS, but we are not very active on it, which we are hoping to change for the next coming semester.
Do we know?
But if you do want to get involved with our club, you can email our advisor, mrayfac@jjc.edu. She will have all the information, the most recent information for our club, and also she can get you connected to our campus page, our Canvas page, and that is where we usually send out our announcements for the club and also like where we're going to be meeting, what we're going to do. So that's probably the best way, is just to email, get on our Canvas page, and you'll see the announcements.
your Instagram is very old. I found it.
Yeah.
did?
Yeah, I knew this club member obviously in 2021. It's like
We just gotta revamp it a lot.
Yeah.
Put some cool pictures of the things that we've been doing on there, and so that people can. There's a place we can
Yeah.
send people to go and look at the cool stuff we do.
Catch
Very
up
true.
when we have time.
I have a bunch of pictures that I can be posting on social media on my phone, so that
Send
could
you the login.
that could be my personal little thing, because I could do that from laying in my bed. You know?
All right. Our final question, the most profound and interesting one. What is one topic relating to your club you want to mention?
I can go with a corny one. It's not just a club. It's a community. But really, like, we do our meetings, we have business and stuff, but I mean, I think every club is the same way. They have business and what their goals are, and then they have to just make friends, connections, and
Yeah. We're networking amongst ourselves, you know, talking about classes, what we could be doing, and bouncing ideas off of each other, and yeah. That's what I got. Oh, one topic. I don't know. That's a hard question.
I would say
Architecture shout out.
communication.
Well,
That's a bit with the fundraisers that we do, trying to do panels, planning the events that we're planning, it takes communication and dedication. And learning communication is probably one of the most important things you can have. Because if you communicate anything poorly, no one knows what you're talking about.
It's a good life skill, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have a topic.
Okay.
Great answer.
And that's why you have two other leaders who can answer that for you.
I don't think I really answered it.
Yeah, I feel like every time you answered a question,
I danced around it a little bit.
I was kind of thinking one of you guys would be like, support my fundraiser. Or like, I don't know, this was a cool architecture thing I did. I made a house.
I mean, I am really proud.
Here's a cool one.
I'm very proud of what I've been doing.
Buildings affect you in every way.
They don't just like spawn in.
Architecture is an art that you live in.
Yeah.
You have to see it every day.
And why not live in a piece of art? Why would you want to live in like, you know, a basic cookie cutter
So profound.
house when you could live in something, you could live in a piece of art? That's cool, you know? I hope that one day I live in a really cool house. That's my goal.
Yeah.
That's my personal goal.
Pretty cool.
My house now is basic, but it's what I can afford.
Yeah.
So.
How it goes.
Architecture shout out. All right, cool. Well, this was episode 10 of the Wolfpack Podcast. I think this went pretty well, and I think it was cool. Do you guys have any closing remarks?
Join our club.
Yeah, join our club.
Yeah.
Come meet
Stop
us.
by, have fun.
Come, yeah.
Join our little group that we got going.
Yeah.
They're really fun people.
Yeah, we're homies.
Nice.
We're the first
Thank you for
double-digit
having us.
podcast.
Yeah. Well, this is the end. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.
Bye.